over at the ball. The prince did not know what to think. "Why do you have that sad look on your face?" the queen said to her son. "Look around you. You could not ask for finer maidens than these." "I know, mother," said the prince. Yet he knew something was wrong. And as soon as he saw Cinderella's ugly stepsisters amongst all those beautiful girls, he found out what was wrong. The prince had met many of the young women, but no one seemed good enough. "Come on, prince, not even that gorgeous blonde? Over there, take a look. You're kidding me? She's brilliant." "Oh my God." "Look," someone pointed to the front door. "Who is that?" All heads turned. Who was that lovely maiden stepping down the stairs? But no one knew her. "There's something different about this girl," said the prince to himself. "Is it her ring? Is it her earrings? Is it her sunglasses? Oh, she's not wearing any of them. Never mind, I will ask her to dance." And he walked over to Cinderella. "Do you happen to know how to dance like Michael Jackson?" asked the prince. "No," Cinderella replied. "Oh, okay then, never mind. By the way, have you been here before?" said the prince. "I am pleased to meet you now," said Cinderella with a bow, and as she bowed, her skirt tore a little because it was too tight. "I feel as if I know you. Haven't we met on Hawaiian Islands?" said the prince. "But, of course, that is impossible. I myself have never been there," he added. "Many things are possible," said Cinderella. "You mean you both have been on Hawaiian Islands?" asked the prince. "Oh no, of course not. I mean, if you wish things to be true," said Cinderella. The prince felt a leap in his heart. He and Cinderella danced, but not the way late Michael Jackson used to dance. When the song was over, they danced again, and then they danced again, and yet again. Soon the other maidens at the ball grew jealous. But all the prince could see was Cinderella. They laughed and talked, and they danced some more. In fact, they danced for so long that Cinderella did not see the clock. "Dong! Up here! Time's up!" said the clock. Cinderella looked up. "Dong! Hurry up!" said the clock again. She looked up again. "Oh my!" she cried out. "It's almost midnight!" "Dong! Move it, girl!" said the clock. "Why? Why does that matter?" asked the prince. "Dong, dong, dong!" called the clock. "I must go," said Cinderella. "Dong!" went the clock. Okay, I got it, clock!" cried Cinderella. "But we just met," said the prince. "Why leave now?" "Dong!" said the clock. "I must go," said Cinderella, and ran to the steps. Dong, said the clock again. I cannot hear you, said the prince. The clock is too loud. Dong, said the clock. Goodbye, said Cinderella. Up the stairs she ran. Dong, 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 dong. It was the clock. Please, please, stop, stop, in the name of love, before you break my heart, said the prince. Oh dear, she said, as one glass slipper fell off her foot on the stair. But Cinderella kept running. Dong, said the clock. Please, wait a minute, said the prince. Dong, clock. Goodbye. Cinderella turned one last time, and as she wanted to rush out the door, she banged her head hard against the door. She immediately got up and ran away. Dong! The clock was quiet. It was midnight. Wait! Called the prince. He picked up the glass slipper and rushed out the door. He looked around, but could not see Cinderella anywhere. This is all I have left from her, said the prince, looking down at the glass slipper. Somewhere there is the other glass slipper, and when I find it, I will find her too, provided that she hasn't thrown the second glass slipper into the trash bin. And so he began to indulge in daydreaming. From cottage to cottage, from house to house, from TV rooms to bathrooms in the houses, went the prince. One young woman after another tried to fit her foot inside the glass slipper, but none could fit. And so the prince moved on. At last, the prince came to Cinderella's house. He's coming, called one stepsister as she looked out of the window. At the door, screamed the other stepsister. Quick! Yelled the stepmother. Get ready! One of you must be the one to fit your foot in that slipper, no matter what, or I will kick you both out. The prince knocked. Knocked. The stepmother opened the door. Come in, she said. I have two lovely daughters for you to see. However, I wish I had more. The first stepsister jumped in the arms of the prince and tried to place her foot in the glass slipper. She tried hard, but it just wouldn't fit. The prince threw her away. Then, without wasting time, the second stepsister tried to fit her foot inside. She tried and tried with all her might, but no dice. Suddenly, the stepmother pushed the stepsisters away and did her best to fit her foot inside. She failed too. Are there no other young women in the house? Said the prince. None, replied the stepmother. Do I look like a man to you, stepmother? Said Cinderella. Maybe there's one more, Cinderella said to the prince. Cinderella stepped up to the prince. The prince got down on one knee and tried the glass slipper on her foot, and as he did so, his trousers tore a little because they were too tight. "It fit perfectly," cried the prince. Then, from her pocket, Cinderella took out something. It was a piece of chocolate, and after eating it, she took out another thing. It was the other glass slipper. "I knew it!" the prince cried. "You are the one!" "What?" shouted a stepsister. "Not her!" screamed the other stepsister. "This cannot be!" yelled the stepmother. But it was too late. The prince knew that Cinderella was the one. He looked into her eyes. He didn't see the cinders in her hair, or the ashes on her face, or the dirt on her clothes, or even the red carcass in her hand. "I have found you," he said. "And I have found you," said Cinderella. And so Cinderella and the prince were married, and they lived happily ever after. And the moral of the story is, leaving aside the fact that Cinderella was beautiful but her stepsisters were not, kindness and inner beauty are more important than outer beauty. Cinderella's goodness and gentle nature ultimately won the heart of the prince. In contrast, her stepsister's selfishness led to their downfall. And last but not least, when you want to walk backwards, be careful of the holes on the ground behind you, and take caution when in streets. That was all. By the way, I may not be good looking, but let's focus on the positive side. I have a kind heart beating in my chest. I assume I must have one. So, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and enable the notifications, since that would really help me out. Bye!